Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Long time no speak. I want to share a story, personal experience, and a view of myself, how rotten and broken our, let's say, medical system and treatment is, as long as you do not pay privately for it. So I'm going to share my latest experiences on that. It's been a while since I've made a video. As I have shared before, I was suffering an intensive Epstein-Barr EBV reactivation last year with several hospital doctor visits and so on and so forth. Let's say the traditional healthcare system couldn't really take care of this. Luckily, I went privately to some specialized doctors and also an alternative healer, alternative practitioner, who actually did a deep dive into my biochemicals in terms of micronutrients and looking at my enzymes, digestive problems, and so on and so forth. Because this is what I have come to learn yet and understand is this is how you actually solve medical health problems if you are fighting with viruses, chronic illnesses, diseases, and so on. You first look at the micro level and you want to restore your deficiencies, your micronutrition deficiencies. So all your vitamins, vitamin A, B, C, D, E, you want to look at metabolism nutritions like Q10, and a lot of other things, omega-3 and so on and so forth. Basically want to get that under control, enzymes, and start activating, working on your deficiencies. And this also doesn't solve over days or weeks. You gotta put in some months for this to consume and to work on this until it actually works. Once you have this under control and also understand maybe if you have some hormonal deficiencies like your cortisol and hormone level is not really working, then you can also restore that under control. And only once your overall immune system is working, including and especially looking at your digestive microbiome in the stomach, your flora, bacteria in the stomach. Once this is all, let's say, restored, then your immune system is able to fight off diseases and viruses and actually start healing in the process of restoring and rebuilding mitochondria cells, stem cells, and getting an active metabolism back on the road. Having said that, unfortunately, if you go to our medical system, and I'm talking here from Hamburg, Germany, where I would say actually we have a good medical system, at least I thought so until I had this severe downhill and this severe medical condition, EBV reactivation. I must admit it is hell. I mean, our pharma's health system, I can understand, vastly controlled by big pharma, is not ready to, by time, capacity, money, skills, education, modern science, new latest studies, they are not able to take care and to treat these virus fights, these sicknesses, diseases, chronic inflammations, and so on at all. They are just saying, go home, you are stressed, go to sleep, here take some painkillers, ibuprofen or paracetamol or whatever, or some sort of antibiotics, which can even make it worse, and running the rats, let's say the devil's down spiral, can even actually make it worse. They just give you that, and if this still doesn't help, which of course it doesn't, in the case of me at least, then of course they come with the less argument. You should see a psychologist. So basically, by saying this, they are transferring their own incapability and their lack of skill and understanding from themselves to you. So they have a better consciousness and feel better themselves, and pretty much projecting the problem to yourself, which of course makes it even worse for the individual and the people who is not being treated accordingly how they should be in terms of their symptoms and their well-being and so on. So this is a downward spiral, and you should not get stuck into that spiral, and you should fight back. Now, since I'm better, I must say, luckily I can go to the private doctors, which actually specialists and alternative healers, alternative practitioners, who not only take the time to look at you and listen to you, but also have expertise and knowledge, skills in these, let's say, specialized fields. And then with some form of new technology, blood testing, blood analysis, they can actually find out in more detail, besides the virus, what's going on in your body, where you have inflammation, where you have lack of nutrition and so on. And then not only that, they can find this out, but they can actually work on collaborating with you in order to set up a plan on what you shouldn't be doing in terms of lifestyle, food, stress, sleeping times, supplements, medications, and so on and so forth. Yeah, having said that, I needed one medication now that I just wanted, let's say, trial and error. I could have gotten it privately from my other private doctor, but I was going to test going back to the, let's say, healthcare system doctor that is provided to me here in Germany, in order to see what he thinks about it. It's not about that I didn't need to pay really about it. I just wanted to see if he knew about it. And in terms of the medication, it's called cimetidine. It's like a gastrointestinal medication to stabilize your immune system, your gut health, and can also have some healing effects on Epstein-Barr and other viruses. And it is good for if you are having a histamine intolerance, as I do. So yeah, I just pretty much wanted to go and see what the traditional or healthcare system doctor would say about my request. Going there with all the proof, let's say the labor results, pretty much confirming my EBV, a chronic infection, that I'm still in a acute phase, that I have a histamine intolerance, that I have nutritional deficiencies, and so on and so forth. So basically bringing him proof and discussing on another more educated level, as I have been educating myself in the last 6 months intensively. So having said that, I went there, showed him all the proof, started the discussion, and firstly, he didn't even know about this medication. It's a widely known medication for gut health, immune regulation, and especially for people having histamine intolerance. Of course, he didn't know anything about the latest studies that this medication might also be good in fighting chronic inflammation and chronic viruses like EBV and so on. But worse, he again came with a downward spiral. I should go to the psychologist, tackle the problem differently. Of course, we ended up having a discussion where I kind of nailed him down in terms of my symptoms. How is a psychologist going to solve my CFS condition that is related to histamine intolerance? If, for example, I take the bike today or go for a very, very slow run, 1 kilometer or 1 mile, and a couple hours later or the next 2 days, I have crazy heart pain, like really chest pain everywhere, and I'm totally dead the next 2 days, like with a headache, fatigue, dizziness, and so on. How is a psychologist going to fix this problem if I go to speak with him? Yeah, of course, the psychologist cannot do anything. And also the doctor then, of course, understood, it's true, he cannot do anything, but still he would try to defer me to that psychologist. It's totally nuts. Anyway, I nailed him down with all my arguments of the medication, also expressed my clear disappointment in the lack of capabilities and expertise that the doctor has there. And then he tried to twist my word in my mouth about what I said, what I didn't say, and why I wouldn't go to the psychologist and so on. In the end, his last argument to not give me the medication, which is quite harmless, at the least to say, is he said, well, but we never prescribed this to anyone else. So I then clearly stating my symptoms to him and why this medication is actually perfect for me. I asked him, so because you never gave this to anyone, now this is your argument to not give it to me when it's actually perfect for me. And even more shocking, you have never heard about this medication. I'm just speechless. So he went out to then discuss this with another doctor, if he may give this or can give this to me. And then the other doctor came. Maybe he was more educated or not, but he said, yeah, of course we can give this to him. He should really take this. And yeah, off I went. So why am I telling you this? It's practically stating or mirroring how bad our health system actually works, and that you need to be in control of the facts and figures, including latest studies of your conditions, what could or couldn't help, what you should or shouldn't do. Because if you have the knowledge, you are in the driver's seat towards making the right analysis and leading to the right decisions. So if I didn't have this knowledge, I wouldn't have received this medication. As you see, the doctors didn't even have any clue about this medication. And this way you can work yourself step by step up in terms of knowledge is power, and you can press the right factors into the right parameters into the right direction, leading to the right decisions for yourself in terms of yes or no. So yeah, nowadays for me it became even clearer. You have to understand exactly. You cannot trust the medical system. You cannot trust your doctor. You need to understand and do your own research, and in the worst case even suggest what is good or not good for you to your doctor. And having the right mindset and the right data to determine the right decisions, and pretty much just use the doctors in terms of confirming your analysis or not confirming it. So yeah, having said that, that's it for me for today. I hope this can be of any help for you, sharing my experiences here. Yeah, and most importantly, have a good day and stay healthy or work on your health proactively. Take care.